Hey everyone. Uh, we this video is gonna be the gravity plasma skip. I'll try and clip in the important parts. Uh, so starting off, this entire route doesn't really have a video showcasing what we do or how we go about doing it for gravity plasma skip. The gravity plasma skip does save about 30 seconds over the current route, which picks up both gravity and plasma. A big chunk of that time is due to killing Ridley faster. It turns into about a 30-second kill, and you don't have to counter him and go through those animations. So it does save a significant chunk of time, and that's where a lot of the time save comes from. With that said, you'll want to start off by getting over to this elevator. This one is the one right across from the plasma gravity section of the game. You can go ahead and just, it's over down there to the left. Just skip it and come right up to this elevator. What we're gonna have to do is get to the screw attack room. Now to get there, you can spider clip in a couple different places. You can spider clip over here on this elevator, the statue right here, or we can also just spider clip up here. There is a recharge station. I like using the recharge station because, I don't know, preference. If you'd like, you can just use any one of them. You all have to come up here, same rate, so it's only dependent on how fast you get these spider clips. With that in mind, when you do end up clipping, just come straight up here, and the room's just a little bit to the left of this statue. It's fairly easy to navigate through the area. Once you get the clip, just remember up and to the left. You don't want to go too far left. If you spider clip from the elevator, about 2 jumps to the left and then just go straight up. If you're at that save point, go about 3-4 jumps to the left and then straight up here. You can pretty much just go straight up. As soon as you get to the left, maybe 1-2 jumps. That. Now what you want to do when you clip into this room is clip over here to the door side. If you do clip over there, problem is those hit you, you'll fall back down. It's just a lot easier to come up over here. The water doesn't extend out that far. With that, you can just hop over here and then continue on. Now, the main reason for getting screw attack is getting past the blocks down there. You can spider clip through them. The problem is, without gravity, it's a very difficult clip. And it's a very painful thing to do. I have no way of getting it consistently. Yeah. With that said, if you do want to try that and skip screw attack completely, it is an option. We only need it to reset the room after we kill the Zeta. But you would have to spider clip into the room, spider clip, kill the Zeta, spider clip back out to reset the room, and then spider clip back in. So you would have to add 3 spider clips to the route, and they're not the easiest thing in the world without gravity. So with that said, we just pick up screw attack. Now with screw attack, we're gonna want to save this toad. He's what allows us to ice clip through Try and isolate him. Please try and not kill him. It's very easy to kill him. If you do kill him, go to the room to the left, or go to the room to the right. You can reset this room from over there. Now to start off, this ice clip isn't very difficult. I do have a consistent setup for this. So it's a fairly easy thing to perform. What you want to do is you want to start off with the toad going up against this wall. Every time you mess this up, or every time you start this, position him against this wall. Your knockback distance from a counter is dependent on his distance to yours. So you want to make sure he's in the same spot every single time. Again, knock him back, freeze him there. It's a good way of keeping him there. Now for your position, you do want to sit in this location. You want to line your gun up with that tree thing in the back. While that's in the back, you want to just again line up the gun in the standing idle position. This will make sure that when the toad is all the way up against the wall and you're in this position, you will have a consistent way of dropping into the next portion of this clip. With that said, the clip there, you don't want to jump too far. You kind of want to fall a little bit and then do a single jump to the right. It'll land you right about where this bomb block is. If you move too far to the right, you will hit the water and it'll slow you down. If you do hit the water, just do a free fall downwards. You will just end up on top of the bomb block. You'll be fine there. If you go too far to the right, you will end up having to just redo the clip. Again, with that setup, it's not very bad. You do have a very high consistency with it. Also, when you freeze the toad, make sure his animation is with his head tilting downwards. If it's not, the animation does affect if you can clip through or not. So just be careful of that. Now here comes the tricky part. When you're on this side of the ice clip, I consider this the actual hard part of the clip. So there is a water room above you, and we have to use that room. We use the properties of the water slowing us down to actually allow us to get into this side area over here. With that said, when you do make it into the side area, you just want to space jump upwards. There is something to look out for. There is a room that is blocked off by 2 screw attacks blocks. You want to avoid that. If you get locked there, you will have to reset. And your reset will take you all the way back to when you entered the elevator, so you would have to spider clip back into this room, do the ice clip, and then hop back over here. Pretty significant time loss. Again, when you're over here, you want to do a neutral jump, just a straight jump upwards, and kind of hold right. Your jump has to be very, very, very short. If your jump is too high, or if you do like a full press jump, you will end up missing this and you'll just end up in the room above again, redoing the ice clip. Like that. Fairly simple. You don't want to end up in this room over here to the left. That is the reset room. Other than that, it's pretty simple. You mess it up, just redo your setup for the ice clip. It's, with the setup I have, it is very, very, very consistent. After you get Screw Attack, you can just enter into the Zeta room, finish the Zeta fight, and the next part will take it from there. So after the Zeta kill, what we're gonna have to do is reset the room. We're gonna need a toad to spawn in here. Resets really quick. Exit the room. Then you want to end up right about here on this bush plant thing. After that, you can just run right back into the room. Make sure to not kill the toad. You do have Screw Attack, it will one-shot him. This setup's a lot more lenient than the last one. Again, what you want to do is push him against the wall. I believe this setup's a bit easier because of a full wall here instead of the half wall over there. So with this, we do have a little more consistency and an easy setup. Like the last one, freeze him against the wall and then position your gun up against his first post. When you do counter, make sure to freeze him in a position where his head's pointing downwards, as with the previous clip. So with that, it's fairly easy. That ice clip is really lenient. Again, just watch for his animation and your positionings. Make sure to retain the consistency of the setup and it will work every time. After this, the run's fairly standard. You want to just go up, finish that Metroid. Come down here, through there, and you can finish off that Metroid. After that, you'll have the Fire Zeta. It's not that tricky to get into them. You're going to want to take the elevator down. After you take the elevator down, you're going to want to just spider clip into the elevator. After that, you just fall and move to the right. It's a very easy thing to do. You don't have to be too careful about what you're doing here. Just don't hold too far to the right in the beginning. You'll end up hitting the water, which will slow your fall down. If you're not comfortable with it, you can just let it happen and it'll make sure you get underneath instead of ending up in the other room. If you don't really care for that, once you clip, just fall straight down and then jump to the right. After in the Fire Zeta room, there is another ice clip to exit because the plasma door is in the way. So the next segment of this will take place on that clip. So once you clipped under, again, you can just fall straight through or move a little to the right and you'll end up hitting the water area. You can let that slow fall you downwards if you're uncomfortable. With that in mind, try not to jump up too fast. You want to kind of hug the bottom black edge bar of the zone. Follow that rightwards. When you hit the edge of that, go up. And when you hit the... Once you're in that room, the next room over, you can go straight up. The Screw Attack blocks are in the way, but you can get through those. So if you do accidentally clip upwards in that, that's alright. Just try and avoid the water area in the beginning. If you do get stuck there, you will have to do a last checkpoint. That'll take you all the way back to this elevator where you can just restart the clip. Yeah, so from here you can just head right into the Zeta room. So here, again, you might just follow the edge. The edges are good indicators of where to go. Once you're in here, start the Zeta fight, and we'll pick up after the fight. With the Zeta dead, please just make sure to not do anything too risky in these fights. Even with the Omega fights later on, you do not have Gravity Suit, and without Gravity Suit you take a lot more damage, especially from the Omegas. So try and avoid any risky scenarios. You can usually take about 2 fire beam shots in the Omega fights. So if you want to tank one of those and get some extra damage in, you can. I usually only do it if I know I'm getting the kill right afterwards. Because if you do get hit after that one, pretty much everything will one-shot you from this amount of health. With that in mind, we do have to reset this room. This reset isn't too bad. You just basically want to touch up these blocks. Once you touch them, the room will be reset, and the enemy that we need will have spawned. So what we're going to do is we're going to ice clip against one of the little exploding insect things. I like to call them banelings from StarCraft 2. But basically, his spawn is a little weird. So when you first enter the room, he starts off walking away from you, so you have to get his attention. Do that, you just basically run up to him and he'll turn towards you and start running at you. At that point, you want to charge a shot and run back towards the wall. Stand about a step away from the wall, jump up and freeze right underneath you. Phase drift isn't too helpful here, mostly because it screws up with the timing a lot, so it's better off to just do the clip as without phase drift. If you do mess up and get hit, do a last checkpoint. It will respawn him faster than trying to hit the resets. He will not respawn if he dies with the resets. You'll have to go further out. So it's easier and faster to just hit the last checkpoint. If you freeze him in the incorrect spot, you can reset the room. Keep in mind that when you reset the room after freezing him, it does start in a different location, and when you drop, he will run just straight at you. So you don't actually have to move forward to grab his attention. You can just drop and charge, and then jump up and freeze him, and then clip out. This clip is a little more lenient than the others. Again, I think it's because of the full wall there. Just make sure you do end up exploding him. Last checkpoint. If you do freeze him and he's in the wrong position, just walk back out of the room and reset it like normal. And just be sure that... just be aware that the timing on him is a little bit quicker. It's not that bad, it's just a little bit faster. So here, I kind of froze him. Incorrect spot. Again, when you freeze him in the incorrect spot, just run out the room, do a quick reset, and then walk right back in. And you'll notice that his position isn't further away this time. He'll just charge straight at me. This clip is pretty easy. When you do get this clip, please just remember, jump all the way to the left. Just follow these lines and just keep jumping. When you do keep jumping to the left, you'll end up in the elevator just above the phase drift fireball room. With that, you can just continue on the route. This route doesn't have too many more changes to it. There is just a few changes here and there. You'll want to continue on over to the left just to kill the normal or the other gamma. After that, you're going to want to do another spider clip right here on the safe station to get past that wall or the plasma bug. After that, after you take the elevator down, you'll want to spider clip again on the elevator itself and travel all the way to the left to enter the other gamma room. After that gamma's dead, it's just a normal route from there. There's no changes there. In Area 7, there is one other change. After killing the second Omega, you will have to spider clip off of a save station. The save station is just underneath. I do have a picture of it, so if anyone requests it, I can put it up. Yeah, so just spider clip on that save station and then travel left. It's a tight base jump area. You are jumping in between two different spots or two different load zones, so just be careful of that. If you are low health, be extremely careful of that. There are poison plants around and they will kill you. If anyone would like to see that space jump and just see where to navigate or just how to get through it, let me know. I can make a video on that. With that, that's pretty much all the changes to Gravity Plasma skip. This route does save about 30 seconds overall. The Omega kills are a bit slower, but with proper timing of your phase drift and super missile count, it's about 6 seconds slower than an average kill. With that in mind, again, if anyone would like to see any other clips or just how navigation works through some areas after you spider ball clipped, I can make a video on that, like a tutorial on how I navigate through it. I'm not sure how other people do it, but if anyone would like to see any of those or have any questions, please let me know and I'll gladly make another video. Thank you.